I'm giving the next person, whoever they be.
I have a very interesting shaped object.
What does that mean?
Pour moi, ils ont un sens.
It's a reminder to focus on the smaller things around you as well.
A bottle of ink.
Oh, it's ink.
I think I never forget this experience.
Work, but I love my work.
It's hard, it's rough, but beautiful.
And I took it everywhere.
This will be a great gift.
Wow, beautiful.
To write notes instead of using my phone.
To strip it of its uses that keep me enchanted as a slave under hypnosis.
Reconnecting.
To keep dreaming.
Storms don't.
Lust for it.
The width of it's a year that passed millions of years ago.
I'm hoping that this can cheer someone up.
Warn them though that I am completely aware that they're gonna read this and think, what a crazy person.
I love the fact that a picture has like a whole story behind it.
An object is important to someone because of the relation you have with it.
Hello and welcome to the project Imprints, or Imprints in French, which can refer to leaving or keeping a trace, our fingerprints and how unique we are, the carbon footprint and our impact in the environment, or borrowing something. I travel across North America from east to west and northwest to south, connecting to the nature and meeting inspiring people to create connections and artistic creation from those encounters. I'm also passionate about photography, and if you want to support this project, I'm selling pictures from this and other travels, which you can receive printed in different sizes and formats. The link is in the description and on the website. And before continuing, I would also like to thank so much everyone who participates and supports me in this beautiful adventure. For this project, I invite people to choose a meaningful object that they would like to share. I travel with it, photograph it in the landscape I traverse, and then give it to the next person I meet. I'll create a photo book with this picture and the portrait of these people, accompanied by a recording of the exchange that you will hear now, discovering together another amazing person and object. Hi Mehmet.
Hi Lucy.
We're now in Toronto Island.
We are.
And I have an object for you from the last person who's from Montreal. And it's this little bottle of ink.
Oh, it's ink.
Yeah.
Wow, beautiful. Wow. May I ask, like, was this an author, like someone who writes with ink, or like an artist who draws with ink?
She was drawing with this ink.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Some black ink.
Yeah. So now maybe you can try to draw something or
yeah.
create something from it.
I'm thinking of like what would be the best use for this, you know? Like I generally I like regifting things as well. So yeah, I'll definitely find a good place for this. But it's beautiful, you know, it's very creative.
Yeah.
It's very cute.
And
I like the bottle.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Cute bottle, yeah.
And ink also make me think of all your tattoos I can see.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm really curious, like there is like tree, there is plants, there is
snowflake.
serpents, so much. Is there one that is particularly important to you?
Lots of them are important to me. Like some of them represent people and experiences, and some of them represent more of like my worldview, like, you know, what I believe in. So for instance, this one is a dandelion.
Okay.
And it's breaking out of concrete. So like for me, it kind of represents like nature overcoming technology and modernity. Like, you know, our cities all concrete, but you know, no matter what you do, like some plant will find its way to bloom, you know, like even out of the concrete. So, and I love dandelions, like, you know, they're everywhere, right? And they're medicinal, like it's a medicinal plant.
Wow.
So this represents to me like nature winning the war against, you know, humans and whatever, you know, technology. So
cool.
That's that. And do you want me to talk a little bit about this pin?
Yeah, I would love to see it. So it's...
Absolutely.
Wow, like a rainbow pin with something written on it?
Yes, so this is a rainbow pin. The rainbow starts from a gray cloud and it ends in a white cloud. The gray cloud says storms don't, and the white one says last forever. So storms don't last forever.
Nice.
So I bought this like when I was going through some difficult time myself, and I bought a few of them. I was thinking of maybe sharing it with other people because I like gifting stuff, you know.
Nice.
So you know, we all go through difficult times in our lives, and you know, I certainly have experienced a lot of depression and sadness in life, and I know lots of us do. So I just was hoping to give this to you, and maybe you can give it to someone maybe when, you know, they're not having the greatest time of their lives, but it just is a good reminder, you know?
Yeah, it is.
There is always ups and downs, there's always a cycle going on, you know, there's always some good somewhere, it always comes back to that, you know, so just I'm hoping that this can cheer someone up.
Yeah, thank you. I'll give it to the next person, and I'm sure it's, even looking at it, it makes me smile because we see the gray cloud and then all the rainbows and last forever. Yeah. And you also told me you're a translator, and especially in social justice you've been translating or in association and in hospital as well. And do you think of a story where it was difficult story but it ended up being beautiful or great ending?
Yeah, absolutely. So this reminded me of two things. I'll try to be quick. So I do interpretations in Toronto, in Canada. I worked as an interpreter, and I told you, most of the appointments are stressful and sad, you know, because if someone needs some social services, you know, chances are they're going through a difficult time, right? They need, you know, housing or social assistance or health and whatever. But sometimes there are happy stories as well, you know, people are actually getting the services that they need, you know, good quality services with dignity. And I went to a lot of shelters, you know, I interpreted for a lot of women in shelters. And, you know, even though it's a sad place to be, and, you know, you see a lot of people who are traumatized, who have experienced violence and abuse, but that's also, it's also a place for a new beginning, right? So, you know, they have a new home, they have new people around them, supportive people around them, and they have gotten themselves out of that bad situation, and now they can turn a new page and start over and stuff. So I've met some people who have, you know, had some positive twists in their lives, so remind me of that. And also so I started as a translator, so there are two books that I translated. One of them we talked about already. The other one is somewhat similar. The author is called Patrice Jones. She is also a feminist, an anarchist, queer, ecology, ecofeminist.
Okay.
So this book is called Aftershock: Confronting Trauma in a Violent World, a Guide for Activists and Their Allies. So she has education in psychology, and she basically talks in this book about how can we confront trauma collectively, not just individually but also collectively. How can we support each other? How can we be there for each other? How can we be there for each other? And you know, heal from all the traumas that we experience, again, both individually and collectively. And that book really changed my life, you know, I love that book. It taught me so much. And then I was like, you know what, I have to translate this book.
Wow.
I did it, and now it's in Turkish as well, so hopefully it has changed some other people's lives too.
So do you have any little insight or sentence you remember on how to heal trauma collectively and individually?
I can't think of a quote really, but one thing that she talks about is that like trauma is always a break, right? Like there is a rupture, there is a break, you know, something is torn from something. Like there is a disconnection in trauma. And she talks about reconnecting and how that's a part of healing from trauma. And one of the things that she emphasizes is our disconnection from nature. You know, like we used to be, as humans, much more aligned, much more in harmony with nature.
Yeah.
And we kind of lost that, you know,
Completely.
like with these cities and everything. Like now that we're in an island and we're looking at the lake and like it seems really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we live in cities and we're you know, torn from the soil, the earth. You know, so she talks about like reconnecting with the earth, with nature, and how that's therapeutic and helpful. And I found that to be really useful for me. So maybe that's one thing I can share.
Thank you for sharing, and I'm sure it's a really important thing to remind and to use as a way to heal.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend that book too.
Okay, thank you. I'll check. And thank you for the rainbow, and I'll be happy to share it to give it to the next person.
Yeah, pass it on. Thank you.
Yeah.